YERRR, what up? It's your boy Reefer fucking Rude, man, and welcome to the Scythe on this beautiful New York autumn day where I'm kicking it, and I know for a fendi fucking fact that you guys are kicking it. If you are over the age of 21, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hop on in, the water's warm. I guarantee it. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you are always kept up to date with the newest video. If you are under the age of 21, I'm gonna ask polite, you get the fuck off this page. Nothing against you personally, but right here, right now, is just not the time or place for you. It will be the time or place the day you get a wreck or the day you turn the age of 21, so until then, get the fuck out of here. So yes, here on this beautiful New York autumn day, we are only a couple days from Halloween, and I'd be remiss to not let you guys know what my favorite top 10 Halloween movies are. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, and if you do know this, then you already know. But if you don't know, I love Halloween. I am an avid follower, avid fan, avid just geek. You know, I am probably the smartest at knowing the dumbest shit about Halloween. It's just one of those holidays where I just it's Christmas for me. Now, a lot of you may find that weird. How do you love Halloween more than you love Christmas? You wake up and receive a gift on Christmas. You don't wake up and receive gifts on Halloween. Very true. But what I love about Halloween, it's the nostalgia of like when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Just that month. And for whatever reason, I loved Halloween. I don't know if it was because of the fall. I loved Halloween before I even knew what the fuck Halloween was. I just loved the fall. I loved the autumn. I loved the smell of that crisp morning air and all those dead leaves on the ground. That shit, it just brings something to me. Now, you're also talking to somebody who has unfortunately watched horror movies at an extremely young age. That's probably why my mind is warped. Now, I digress. I love horror movies. I've watched them at a very young age, not because my mom or dad put them on for me, but because, you know, my dad just had those movies, and I was just a very anxious, running around kind of kid. So I saw one of the covers, a VHS cover from back in the day. I'm sure a lot of you know, some of you don't. But an old VHS cover, and it was a horror movie. It was an 80s horror movie, which I'll get to in a second. But when I saw it, I was just like, what the fuck is this? At the tender age of like 3 or 4. And it just stuck to me, it just gravitated to me. And here we are today. I'm still a super Halloween fan. I try to, you know, direct people into what kind of horror movies they want to watch. But then that's when I have to realize people don't really like horror as much as I love horror. I mean, I ask people all the time what their favorite horror movies is, and they say they don't have one. So I'm gonna give you 10 of mine. Now, I could have easily put 20 on here, but you know what? There's no need for all of that. 10 is good enough. So what I'm gonna do, because this is a weed channel, and you know, this is, you know, weed related content, after every movie that I pick, I'm gonna do a blinker of whatever weed product is in front of me. There's a couple, so what the fuck, right? To be completely honest with you, I've had my YouTube for a year. I wanted to do this last year, but I just felt like it wasn't the right time. I feel like this is the right time to do this video, so let's get down to it. So before we get down to the list, make sure to bring out whatever you're going. If you want to do this challenge with me, if you want to, you know, if you want to tag along for whatever reason and kill yourself off of 10 blinkers, because it's going to be 10 movies, so 10 blinkers. If you want to do that, feel free to go ahead and do so. Go grab your shit, go grab your pipes, your bongs, your bowls, your pens, whatever. Come on through. Let's go on this wild ride. So we're going to go from last to first. So we're going to start at the end and work our way down to number 1. The first movie I'm picking is 1981's Evil Dead. So in Evil Dead 1981, I'll just give you a quick synopsis without giving you any spoilers. A group of 6 friends go into a cabin somewhere in West Bubblefuck, I don't know where the fuck where, and they come across a book, the Necronomicon, which is the Book of the Dead. They come across a recording of some kind of archaeologist. What's the guy that fucking looks for dinosaurs? Archaeologist. On the recording, and he was saying incantations that were in the Necronomicon, which ended up releasing all of the demons within the Necronomicon and unleash hell. Now, I love that movie, and they actually made a remake, I want to say maybe in 2000, had to be 11, 12. But in the first one, the makeup was so cheesy. The Deadites, the demons in the movie, they just looked wild. They just, like, you can actually, like, on top of the makeup, you can see the real eyelid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the sound, like everything was terrible about the movie other than the actual movie, which is something I appreciated because the guys who had made this movie they didn't even make it. They were like some kind of assistants on one movie, and they said, fuck being assistants, let's make our own movie, and they made the cult classic Evil Dead. I didn't go and watch that movie up until, I want to say, a couple years ago, to which I probably felt that's what made me fall in love with it. If I would have saw it as a kid, I probably would have been like, you know what, fuck this shit, I don't want to watch this. It looks cheesy, it looks corny. Fucking deer head on the wall that's supposed to be fucking stuffed is out there talking and laughing and shit. Put all that shit to the side, watch Evil Dead. It may not be on your top 10, but it is because of how they made it. After the first movie, we're gonna go in for a blinker. This is Zwitch. This is Godfather OG by Zwitch. Shout out to Zwitch and whatever they're doing. Shout out to Dom. Yo, he is a black-owned business who is literally killing the game, and you know, he's just doing it by himself. So, shout out to you, Dom. Shout out to Zwitch. This is gonna fucking suck. Movie number 9. Alien Covenant. Now, this is one of the newer movies on my list. Alien Covenant is a prequel to the original 1978 Ridley Scott's Alien. Now, everything that transpired after that 1978 Alien, I hated. Ridley Scott decided to make prequels to the first Alien, and it makes it darker, grittier. There is this weird biblical aspect to it too, and it's just very deep. Prometheus is the prequel to that, so it goes to Prometheus and Alien Covenant, and then there's gonna be 2 other movies, 3 other movies, and then boom, that's when the first Alien happens. Almost like that Star Wars movie trilogy effect, where they start the later ones and then they start with, then they release the, earlier ones before that. Anyway, it's thrilling, but what's scary about the movie is the lore. It's the story. It's how the David, the android, became this almost like a godlike being and created the xenomorphs, the aliens that we know today. But there's something to Alien Covenant that is very dark, gritty, and you don't really see it within the movie, but if you listen and you hear what's going on and like everything, it's very, very scary. I am a very, I watch shit. I'm super observant. I don't know why I did that. I observe the dumbest shit sometimes, and some of the times when you observe shit that's not supposed to be there, but it is, it gets very freaky within, and you try to explain it to somebody who's not as observant, and you sound crazy. So if you are observant of me, as observant as I am, go and watch Alien Covenant. This is movie number 8. Sinister. Okay, so they made recordings of killing families, right? But the music that they played while they were killing the families was so bone-chilling. I remember the music today, and I've seen that movie years and years and years ago. It's almost like that Lords of Salem. If you've seen Lords of Salem, it's a Rob Zombie movie. I don't know when the fuck that came out. But there was a certain, that music that they played, it was just so, ugh. You know what I mean? And I'm weird. I love creepy, evil shit. But that was just holy shit. It was even now I have goosebumps just thinking about that scene. A specific scene where they kill a family in the car. And they torch the fucking car, and just the music in the background. Ugh! Even if you don't watch the movie, YouTube that scene because it's really bone-chilling. Imagine in the fucking movie theater. Anyway, next movie. Alright. Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Jason had died in Friday the 13th Part 4. He was non-existent in Friday the 13th Part 5. In Friday the 13th Part 6, he returned from the dead. That's when Jason officially became... That's when Jason actually became Jason. Number 5. Halloween Part 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Now, I know what you're thinking if you're a Halloween fan. Why the fuck that Halloween movie? His mask looked terrible. He looked terrible. He looked out of shape. I didn't like the cast. I felt the same fucking way. You better fucking believe it. Like I said, Halloween is one of the movies that I've seen literally, like that was one of the first movies I have seen. Halloween for The Return of Michael Myers was when he was his most ruthless. Like he was squeezing people's heads, he was popping out people's eyes, he was digging in people's heads, like he was just and that's the weird part about this movie, is that everything was dislikable about Michael Myers other than how he killed or how he was just in his motions. Fourth movie is John Carpenter's The Thing. Now, John Carpenter's The Thing, a quick synopsis, 1 minute. So, The Thing is pretty much these scientists in Antarctica come across these other scientists from, these scientists from America go to Antarctica and stay there for like a couple months. Maybe a day or two of them being in Antarctica, they come across a Swedish scientist group, right? So they find out that that Swedish group, or the Norwegians, they had dug up an alien. And the alien had pretty much killed all of them, wiped them out. So now they have to figure out, you know, if it is an alien, because they don't know if it's an alien. It's a wild movie. The Thing is it's John Carpenter's best work for me, and I'm a very deep Halloween fan. Claustrophobic movie. You're kind of all alone and you don't know who to trust, and The Thing is a very, very good movie. And the one thing that's good about it, if anything, is the special effects. The special effects are literally out of this world. They're ridiculous. John Carpenter and his special effects group literally fucking murdered that fucking movie, and what a classic. It just stands today. And I believe that every one of the subscribers, anybody who's watching it, can absolutely watch John Carpenter's The Thing. If there's anything I suggest you watch this Halloween, it's John Carpenter's The Thing. Next movie. Movie number 4, the original Child's Play. I've always hated puppets, dolls, talking dolls. Like, I remember seeing Puppet Master at a young age and I was shook. I just have a hard time with dolls. I still do. Dolls are very, very creepy. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, especially those older porcelain dolls. My grandmother has like a set of porcelain dolls just hanging out in her room, like just like on those cabinets and shelves, whatever. Bro, fuck out of here. Number 1, nostalgia. And if you haven't seen it, then I don't know what to tell you. But watch Child's Play. It's a classic slasher horror movie with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like, it's funny, it's comedic, because Chucky's funny. Like, he is like, he's not a Freddy. He's like, his Freddy's like a creepy funny, to where Chucky is just like funny, and he'll make you laugh, or he'll, you don't even know what to do. Just a crazed fucking doll. 3. Halloween 2, 1981. Halloween 2 is one of those movies I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and I had said that, these covers just enamored me and just like awoken something. Halloween 2, there is this jack-o'-lantern on the cover, and when I saw that, I just lit up. So I watched it. It was actually, this is old school. So back in the day, back before even me, I was born in '92, so do the math. They had these big laser discs that came in like a big old floppy disk. I know you guys know what a floppy disk is, at least. And it was just a big old DVD. It was almost like the size of a record or a vinyl in like a floppy disk. And you put it into this big fucking DVD player back in the day, which it was just called Laserdisc. You put it in and you watched it. So that's how I saw Evil Dead, Halloween. I didn't see Evil Dead, but I saw the case. All the Friday the 13th, not all of them. I only maybe saw 1 or 2 of them as a child, but Halloween was the one. Is, you know, a tattoo of mine. It's Michael Myers, Samhain, which is, you know, Halloween. It's the, you know, the Celtic term for the season of the dead, if you will. And Thorn is the cult that created Michael. Halloween has a certain place in my heart. You have no fucking idea. I have masks. I have murals, tattoos. Halloween is a big part of my life. I have every movie. I've seen them up and down. But Halloween 2 has a special place in my heart. Movie number 2, Friday the 13th. Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, the funny thing about this movie is that it was not even shot in Manhattan. The bitch was shot somewhere in Canada. Shout out to Canada. But that was the reason I loved it. I'm from New York. So Jason coming to New York, the first time Jason left that bum-ass camp, right? The first place he's going is New York. Boom. And it's pretty much that, you know what I mean? Nostalgia. How Jason looked, how he killed. Just everything about him was just insane. So I am definitely gonna put that at number 2. Number 1, it says Halloween. Now, it wasn't the first Halloween movie I've seen. 2 was. But when I saw Halloween 1 and just what he was, Michael Myers is not a man, nor is he a demon, ghost. We don't know what the fuck Michael Myers is. And that's something that Sam Loomis described in the movie. He shot him 6 fucking times, and he got up to tell the tale. That was one of Sam Loomis's quotes in Halloween 2. I shot him 6 times! I shot him in the hat!
I shot him 6 times! What? I shot him 6 times! I shot him in the heart! Can't have gotten very far. Come on. I shot him 6 times! Yeah. This guy, this man, he's not human!
Like, this is not a man. Michael Myers is a evil force of just evil things. Like, he's not like a Jason. He's damn sure not like Freddy. You better put some respect on Michael Myers' fucking name. Me? Listen, if there's any fucking time of the year where I'm allowed to do this, it's now. Although Michael Myers doesn't talk and I talk a lot, that's the only difference me and him have. I don't kill people either. I don't, it's not my style. But I'm not going to judge that man for it. He has his own purpose. If the man gets shot 6 fucking times, who am I to say, kill him? They tried. Nothing you can do. For as weird as my head is, and how egg-shaped it is, and how, weirdly shaped it is, Hollywood loves my kind of head. And I'm starting to think that's why I can fit this fucking mask. So if you see me on the big screen in a couple fucking years, it's not because of how I act or my performance. It's because of my head. Anyway, wow, what a beautiful video this is. I gotta stop now because I'm pretty sure I'm running out of room on my memory card. But I could sit here and talk Halloween all day, especially with this mask on. But before I go, you already know I'm gonna do my blinkers. I did have a couple honorable mentions. So, I have a couple honorable mentions that I feel compelled to let you guys know about. The Church, 1989, a very weird Italian movie that's very dark and satanic. It is like a goat fucking a girl in it. It's pretty wild, it's pretty out there, but I like weird and out there shit. So if you want to get weird this Halloween, that's a good one. Every other Friday the 13th, other than Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. I love Friday the 13th. You can watch Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. I did love those as a kid, but I was a kid. Now that I'm a little bit more seasoned and weathered in the game, I know the difference between shit and good. And the people that created those movies, they didn't even really like Jason Friday the 13th franchises anyway, so fuck them. Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. Now, that's the only Halloween movie where Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. Now, although Michael Myers is not in that movie, it's an anthology series. So what the big wigs over there that were making Halloween, after Halloween 2, they wanted to go in a different direction and do an anthology. Like, not just make Halloween movies about Michael Myers. Which I kind of get and which I kind of don't get. Either way, they made Halloween 3. Now, I hated that movie my whole life up until I want to say maybe 5 years ago. And I just started loving it and just appreciating it for what it was. And I'm mad I didn't see it at a younger age. But because I'm such a Michael Myers fan and Michael Myers wasn't in it, I was saying, fuck you. Here nor there. Very good movie. I suggest you watch it. The Lighthouse. That came out by A24 Productions. What an amazing fucking movie. Every movie that they make other than Midsummer was a fucking slam dunk. Thank you, A24. You guys make insane fucking movies. That's another A24 movie I'm about to bring up. The Witch. What a great fucking movie. Some of you guys might hate it. Some of you guys might love it. But I love The Witch and for what it is. It's very boring, but it's very artsy-fartsy. And it's everything I love about witches, Halloween, folklore, all of that. Last but not least, Annabelle-ish. I don't even feel right putting that in there, but Annabelle, great movie. The demon looks scary. And those are the little things about movies. It's not so much like Bird Box. Thank God we didn't see those monsters or whatever the fuck they were, because I feel like I would have generally hated it. You know what I mean? And that's what would have turned me away from Bird Box. Good thing they didn't show the monsters or the creatures then. But anyway, let me get the fuck out of here, because I've taken up way too much time. I hope you guys have a blessed Samhain. May the seasons bring you wealth. And listen, this is my time of the year, so I just wanted to bring it to you. And if you want to know a little bit more about my favorite movies or what is a good movie to watch, make sure to hit me up. This is Reef. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you love the material. I'm out of here. Happy Halloween. Peace.